Okay, this problem, this is just a limit. And you can't evaluate it by using substitution. So there are really two ways you could evaluate this one, depending on where you are in a calculus course. If you're at the beginning of a calculus course, then you can use algebra. There is algebra available to us to do this problem. So you could, we can't substitute in 1, so what you could do is multiply the top and the bottom here by the conjugate of the top. Okay, now this numerator becomes, notice the numerator becomes x minus 1, and then the denominator becomes this. Notice I didn't multiply out the denominator because I'm getting this to cancel. All right, and so this equals, okay, and then, so this is the limit as x goes to 1. And you substitute, you get 1 over root 1 plus 1, which is 1/2. Okay, so that's B. The other way you could have done this problem, if you're a little further along, is that you notice that the derivative of a function at an a value, one of the two definitions is that it's this. Oops. So in our particular case, our function is is root x. Our a is 1. And so really, so just to make that clear, we're saying f prime of 1 is equal to the limit as x goes to 1 of root x minus, so f of a would be f of 1, which is root 1, which is this, divided by x minus 1. That's the limit we're looking at. But the thing is, you can do that limit without doing any algebra. Just find the derivative of root x. And again, if you're farther along, you should know the power rule. So write it as x to the 1/2, so its derivative is 1 over 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, and then plug in 1. So 1 to the anything is 1. This is 1/2 times 1, which is 1/2. So that's a different approach than actually doing the limit. But either way, you end up with a half. Okay, the blue's kind of better in a way because there are going to be some limits where you can't do any algebra, or it's not obvious the algebra, but if you interpret it as a derivative, you can use one of the shortcuts or tools that you've picked up along the way in your calculus class.